Hello, welcome back to the Steve Ball Show. Today we're going to talk about a couple of topics, and the first we're going to talk about is: have you seen the show La Brea? Well, it came back last night, and they picked up where they left off. Some people are left in 10,000 BC. The other people are two people are in 1989 or 88, and the other ones are at another spot. And it's kind of cool to see how they're doing this. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with the storyline, to see um, what sinkholes lead to where they lead. See what they do in 1988, and see how they get back to 10,000 BC. Just like there was these new people that kidnapped this one of the people from in 10,000 BC. See what I can't see what people where they come from, and to see how these storylines interject. Um, if you haven't, if you would like to watch it, it's on NBC on Mondays at I think 9 o'clock. And it's just cool to see how these storylines are going to play out. So yeah, the next topic I'm going to talk about is today. Um, Mighty Ducks Game Changers came back. It's kind of cool to see where they're taking the story. They got invited to a camp, which is like a camp for a lot of good hockey teams, and to see how they can get better. They won last season. At spoilers, if you haven't seen it, they won the Mighty Duck team name from the Mighty Ducks that had it before them that were really good because they beat them in a scrimmage, an unsanctioned scrimmage. So they got the name, and then they were invited to this camp, but unknowingly they weren't invited because they invited the other Mighty Duck team that won championships. So can't wait to see what they do with this story, and see how they become better and how they face the challenges. It's cool to see that they're doing this because them playing against different teams have been done over and over in the movies. So I know those ain't the movies, but it's kind of a continuation of the movie. So can't wait to see what they do with it. And they're very challenging. Like there are going to be people from the NHL and college watching them. So I can't wait to see what they do with it. And if you want to watch that show, it's on Disney Plus. Every episode, new episode comes out every Wednesday. So that's Mighty Ducks Game Changers. It's a pretty good show. If you want to watch a good family movie, it just came out. I think it was last week. It's called Meet Cute with Meet Cute with Kaylee Kuko and Pete Davidson. It's about this girl, Kaylee Kuko's character. Her name is Sheila. She goes back in the time 24 hours, and she's trying to get the perfect date right. So it's like, have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day? It's kind of like that, where she relives the day over and over again until she gets it right, the date right. So, and it's a pretty good movie. And if you want to watch it, it's on Peacock. It's kind of cool to see how they twisted the Groundhog movie around, and did a different spin on it. It's pretty clean. There might be cursing in it, but besides that, it's a good movie. The movie to watch with your family. It's a good rom com. So it's called Meet Cute on Peacock. The next thing is a new segment I want to do. It's called Steve's Albums or Steve's Vinyl. If you want to listen to a good record, it's called Prism by Katy Perry. It has a lot of good songs on it, like like Choose Your Own Battles, Roar, Birthday, Walking on Air, Unconditionally, Dark Horse. Um, this is How We Do, Ghost, Love. There's a lot of good songs on it. So I suggest you get this album. She's one of my favorite artists, Katy Perry. So you will enjoy it. Trust me. I love this album. It's one of her best albums that she released so far in her young career. So if you want to check it out, it's called Prism, and you can buy it. You can get it anywhere, probably online, in and probably not stores right now, but online eBay. If there's a Barnes and Nobles by you. So yeah, it's a good album. And next but not least, it's time for Steve's picks. And the last week we had Billy, my friend, and we're gonna have it again. So it's Steve's and Billy's picks. So NFL picks. So the first game we have is the Miami Dolphins and Cincinnati Bengals, and Billy Rodabaugh says that Miami Dolphins are going to win 31-23. I agree. I think Miami is just off to a hot start, and I think their start continues. I think Tua plays well. I think Tyreek Hill continues to play well, and Mostert and all their weapons they have continue to play well. And their defense, surprisingly, they're undefeated at 3-0, and I just can't seem to think that they will lose. So I think they win again. I think it'll be a 2-score game where they win. I think Miami wins 35-21 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Sorry, Brad. I just think the Miami Dolphins are way better than the Bengals. The Bengals are okay. I hope for Brad that the Bengals win, but I just think that Miami's a way better team than Cincinnati at this point. The next game is Minnesota Vikings versus the New Orleans Saints. Billy says that Minnesota will win 28-21, and I kind of agree. I think Minnesota will bounce back from their loss last week. I think they will play better. They do have good weapons in Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson, and now it depends who they use the running back because their running back got hurt. So I think they have a bounce back game. I think it'll be a close scoring. I think they will win this game 24-21 against the New Orleans Saints. The next game is Seattle Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions. And I just think Detroit is just a way different team than they were last year. I think they continue to play better. I think they can improve. And I think they will win this game easily. Seattle's not that good, as we can see. I think they win. I think the Lions win 30-14 against Seattle Seahawks. Billy Rodabaugh says Detroit Lions will win 24-17 against Seattle. So the next game is the New York Jets versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that Pittsburgh will win this game. I think that hopefully Mitchell Trubisky plays better. And I think it'll be a low-scoring game. The Jets are not that good of a team either. So I think that Pittsburgh will win this game 21-14 against the New York Jets. Billy Rodabaugh says the Pittsburgh Steelers will win 31-27. The next game is the Chicago Bears against the New York Giants. I agree with Billy Rodabaugh. He says that Chicago's going to win 21-17, and I am going to say that the same score, that they're going to win 21-17. The Bears ain't good, and neither are the Giants. The Giants got lucky their first 2 weeks, and we kind of saw who they were on Monday night. They're not that good of a team, so I think Chicago wins it. The next game is the Tennessee Titans versus the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts just got lucky last week, and they luckily won against Kansas City. I think that they won't win again. I think Tennessee will win this. Tennessee is too good of a team to keep losing, so I think they get their winning. I don't know if they won yet, so I think they get their winning ways on, and I think they win this game 28-20. Billy Rodabaugh says they win 24-20. So the next game is the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Houston Texans. I think the Chargers will bounce back, and I think they will win this game. I think they will play better. Justin Herbert, I think, will play better. So I think they win in a 2-score game. I think they win 24-14 against the Texans. And Billy Rodabaugh says the Chargers are going to win 16-14. Excuse me, I need to excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm sick. The next game is the Cleveland Browns against the Atlanta Falcons. I just think Cleveland's a way better team than Atlanta, so I think that Chubb has a good game, and Brissett has a good game. Amari Cooper has another good game. So I think, and if the Falcons are not that good, I think they won one game. So I just think that the Falcons they're rebuilding. So I think the Browns will win. I agree with Billy Roto's score. I think they win 30-24. The next game is the Washington Commanders versus the Dallas Cowboys. I just think the Commanders are better than the Cowboys at this point. Even though they're 1-2, I just think Washington will play better against better than the Cowboys. I think Carson Wentz will have a bounce back game. He got pounded by the Eagles, and that's for a reason because the Eagles are a better team than the Commanders. I do think it'll be low scoring. I think it'll be 31-20, where Washington wins this game. Billy Rodabout says the Commanders will win 20-16. So the next game is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Jaguars are 2-1 under Doug Peterson, and I thought that would happen because Doug Peterson is a good coach. He won the Super Bowl for a reason. So I do think it's going to be a back and forth game, but I do think the Eagles win. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win 38-34, and they just keep playing well. So Billy Rodabout says that the Eagles will win 26-24 against the Jaguars, and I am thankful that Doug Peterson was here to help us win a Super Bowl. So thanks, Doug, for the Super Bowl win. We will never forget it. The next game is Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. I just think the Bills will have a bounce back game. They lost last week in the last second because they couldn't get a spike off. I think Josh Allen doesn't usually have back-to-back bad games. I think he has a bounce back game. I think it'll be a two-score game where the Bills win. I think they'll win 35-21 against the Ravens. The Ravens are a good team, so the Ravens could win too. But I think the Bills don't have usually, in the past couple of seasons, they don't usually have back-to-back big games. So Bill Rodabout says the Bills will win 34-26 against the Baltimore Ravens. The next game is Arizona Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers. Billy Rodabout says the Carolina Panthers will win 24-20. I disagree. Arizona's too good of a team. They have too many weapons. James Conner's good. So is Zach Ertz. Kyler Murray's good. I forget they have a good defense. So I think the Cardinals win this game. I think they win. I think they win 35-21. The Cardinals win. The next game is the Denver Broncos versus the Raiders. I think the Raiders will get their first win. And I agree with Billy Roto's score. He said it'd be 24-17. The Broncos aren't that good. I'm surprised that the Raiders haven't been playing that good. But I think eventually Devontae Adams and Derek Carr will get on the same page. I think this is a game they'd get on the same page. And so will Darren Waller and the other playmakers. So I think this is a building step they need to get in the right direction. So I think the Raiders win. Sorry about the mistake. I think the Raiders win 24-17. The next game is the New England Patriots versus the Green Bay Packers. I think the Packers will win again. I think they will blow out the Patriots without Mac Jones. They're not going to be good. Brian Hoyer's not that good of a quarterback, and that's why he's a backup for in the NFL. So I think they pick apart this defense. I think they win 42-10 against the Patriots without Mac Jones. Billy Rodabout says the Packers will win 31-20. The next game is Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game might be in Tampa Bay. This game might be in what's it called? It might be in Minnesota because of the hurricane. I think the Chiefs will win this game. I agree with Bill Rodabout's score. It's going to be 38-34. And my prayers are with the people of Tampa Bay and Florida. I hope everything goes okay. That you're safe, and that nothing gets damaged. and that everything will be all right. But I do think that the Kansas City Chiefs will win, and Billy Rodoboss says the Kansas City Chiefs will win 38-34. The next and last game is the Los Angeles Rams versus San Francisco. Billy Rodoboss says that San Francisco 49ers will win 26-24. I disagree. I think the LA Rams are way better than the Niners at this point. They are the Super Bowl champions, defending Super Bowl champs for a reason. I think Cooper Kupp will have a breakout game. Matt Stafford will be good. And the whole team will be better. I think they win 30-26. So that's the picks I have this week. And I hope all your teams win besides the Giants, Commanders, and Cowgirls, and Patriots. Thanks for watching the Steve Ball Show, and see you next week, Lord willing.